Hard to believe it's Friday again, and that means we're ready for another episode of the Front Row Friday Show. Let's dig in. Hey, I'm your host, Jen Lehner. I'm a digital marketing and systems strategist, and every single day of the week, I host a show on Amazon Lexi called the Front Row Entrepreneur Flash Briefing. And if you don't have that enabled yet, go ahead and do that over on Amazon.com. Just search in the skills area and click enable. And every day you could say to your Lexi, hey, Lexi, play my flash briefing. And you'll hear a couple of minutes update every single day of what's new in the world of social media and online marketing, online business that I think you need to know about. Okay. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time because I've got a doctor's appointment today. And so that's why we started 15 minutes early today, because I've got to be very mega efficient and get this information to you and then bolt. Okay. But that doesn't mean you can't ask questions. So please feel free to leave your comments and questions, and I'll get to those. And let me know who you are, where you are in the comments, because StreamYard, the platform that I'm using right now, doesn't always show me. Okay, so let me share my screen, and we're going to go right into the presentation. All right, hold on. This always takes me a second to get myself organized. All right, hold on. I messed up. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me get back to you. And I have a couple of really cool tools to show you today. Okie dokie. As always, we're going to start with our social media updates. So Facebook has launched this new app. It's like a standalone app called Forecast. I don't really get it. I haven't downloaded it. I will mess around with it and get back to you on this. But basically, it makes predictions about the future, and it like gamifies your predictions. So it's kind of like a survey, and then you put that out. You could have like mini debates, because let me just tell you right now, let me be the first to raise my hand and tell you that the last thing I want to have with anybody right now is a mini debate. I don't want to debate about anything. Good Lord, there's enough arguing going on. So anyway, I don't know what this is. If you have some insights on this new app called Forecast, let me know. I mean, I'm sure there is something useful about it, but based on the screenshot and the description that I read in this article, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Facebook is updating their color palette option for groups. They're saying this is for accessibility for your colorblind users or other people with visual impairments. But also, and it's just nice that you're going to be able to make your group a bunch of a different color if you want to. Back in March, Facebook said they were going to add a bunch of things to their live producer, but like they didn't. Like it took forever. And honestly, I think this really is such a long time coming, because look at what we're using right now. I'm using StreamYard, and I'm able to. You can see that I've got the graphic overlays all over the place. You can see. Let's see here. I'm going to throw up a banner real quick. And I can't get to the Friday show. Hold on just a second. There it is. All right. So there. I could throw up a banner really easily. So why hasn't, and you could do this before StreamYard. You could do it with OBS. You could do it with Wirecast. You could do it with Ecamm Live. Like, why has it taken Facebook so long? The good news is they've announced that it's coming. So you may have it if you go to Facebook Live Producer, and I put a link in the show notes page, which Nika's going to put up here on the screen at jenlehner.com/flash. Actually, it's there at the bottom of the slide as well. And you can learn more, and that'll take you to Facebook Producer. But they're going to be giving us graphic overlays and what other goodies. This is, again, the graphics tab, and you can add a news ticker. Again, we can do that in, you can do that forever already here. I'm trying to find one. Let's see, watch. Okay. See, like that, a news ticker, you're going to be able to do that in Producer, supposedly, whenever they add it. You'll be able to highlight a viewer's comments like this. Good morning, Rosa. Like that. And you can run polls and display viewer results in real time. So that's fantastic. I just wish that this technology company called Facebook could have given us this a lot earlier, but I welcome it. They're also adding a new feature link. So apparently you're going to be able to pop in a URL. So if you're promoting something, you'll be able to highlight that in some way with a call to action. Again, just go to the flash briefing page with all the show notes, and you can learn more about that. You can now create Instagram ads without having a presence on Facebook. So what this means is that if you haven't done any advertising yet, you haven't connected your Instagram with your Facebook ads manager, then you can just start running ads from Instagram independent of the Facebook ads manager. However, if you've already done that, you can't. This is not for you. This is for the new people. Let's see. Last November, Instagram added a new thing called Reels, Reels, as you can see on the screen. And it's basically a complete hijacking copycat of TikTok, except from what I can read and what I can gather, not nearly as good. And they keep rolling it out. I think they just, they put it in Europe. I think most recently, they have given it to India and Australia. We don't see it yet. Oh, and of course, Brazil. And we don't see it yet. If it's coming, I don't know when it's coming, but if you see it, if you see Reels, just know it's the TikTok ripoff. Which, I mean, I'm fine with ripoffs. I mean, Instagram story completely ripped off Snapchat. I never used Snapchat, but I love Instagram stories. Twitter is working on top requests for direct messages, which is going to be a lot like Instagram's primary and general folders. But, you know, the thing about Twitter is raise your hand if you even look at your DMs. They're all trash. So that's really like, who cares? WhatsApp is adding new animated stickers for all of you WhatsApp users. And YouTube is adding a new e-commerce product listing beneath video ads. So if you have any products, it's going to make it, and you're talking about your products, you can link your products to your video. I guess even if you're not talking about your products, it's going to make it easier for people to purchase. They're also launching a new video actions campaign, which will provide a simple and cost-effective way to drive more conversions across YouTube. So basically what this is super inexpensive ads, but you're not going to have the targeting that you have with like regular YouTube ads. And by the way, you guys, if you need more information about any of this stuff, it is on the show notes page, as you could see at the bottom of that slide, jenlehner.com/flash. So we've got links to all of the articles, so you could go deeper there if you want to. This is kind of fun, and this is going to be running through Sunday, July the 5th. As much as I'm sick of sticking my daughter in front of the computer for every single thing in her life now, piano lessons, violin lessons, her camp that was canceled, they get together for these like virtual campfires. Looks like YouTube is putting together some pretty cool programming for our kids. It's going to be live. There's STEM content, arts, sports, and adventure. So of course it's totally free, and I've linked to all this in the show notes. LinkedIn is working on a new design with a new color palette, with a new color palette and icons. So you can see underneath that picture, there's like some emoji, or the way we have on Facebook, like the reactions, thumbs up, applause, a heart. As far as color palette, I don't know. I don't really see it. Is that blue deeper than it normally is? I don't know. Okay, so Australia gets LinkedIn stories. We don't have it yet, but any day now, I assume, but be on the lookout for that. And if you're in Australia and you're looking at stories or you've messed around, would love to hear your take on it. Maybe even would be cool if you did a live stream on LinkedIn stories because, people want to know about it. And LinkedIn has also published a new guide on how you can use their event and live streaming tools, which reminds me, I forgot to post this as an event on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn now has events, and if you and they send notifications. So that's the thing. If you create an event, so I should have created an event for this live stream over on LinkedIn, and also you can live stream within the event. Of course, I wouldn't know about that because LinkedIn will not give me live streaming status, so I can't do that yet. But for those of you who have live streaming on LinkedIn, this is something to definitely look into. Google has released a Pinterest style app called Keen. And to me, it just sounds super goofy. It's a complete ripoff of Pinterest. And, they're using the word like keen as a verb, like they're trying to get it to take off. So when you make a keen, which can be about any topic, like let's say baking bread is the example that they've given us, they allow you to share that with the collection with others and find new content based on what you've saved. And let's see, you make a keen. Anyway, it's just Pinterest with Google, and they'll do a terrible job letting you know about it. And so it will disappear into the ether probably. Okay. Even if it's like really great, which is such a shame. Google just needs to hire me. Somebody needs to tell them. And I agree. Moni says, I am not excited about Keen. Leave me alone with my Pinterest. Yes. I mean, you can't make Pinterest. You can't improve on Pinterest. Let Pinterest be. We don't need your Keen. Okay. Google is adding, this is good, new fact check markers to Google images and search results. So, remember that picture of Richard Branson with like the young girl holding on to him, like she's on him like a backpack and he's like on a jet ski, and it's so fake, but it gets shared all the time. Or there's that like giant great white shark that is the size of like, the Empire State Building, and people pass it off as real. Anyway, this will be nice because this will say fake or whatever the little tag is going to be. It's going to give us a little alert. And I assume and hope we're going to be seeing more and more and more of that as our technology becomes more and more sophisticated. It is going to get harder and harder to tell, not just with pictures, but videos. It's creepy. Let's see. They've put together, what does this say? This one actually looks almost new to me. Google's 2 digital marketing. They've announced a range of new educational resources to help you as a small business owner improve your digital presence as part of what they are calling International Small Business Week. So, these guides are always worth taking a look at. And we put a link in the show notes for you to access all those trainings. But one is specifically for local businesses. And then this one is the digital toolkit, which provides guides on how you can improve your Google business listings based on what type of operation you're running. So check that out. And this is, I'm not going to go into detail about this, but the short story here is that Google is going to automatically delete all of your data retention, like your web and activity, your location history, your YouTube history. Every 18 months, it's going to wipe it clean. If you don't want them to do that, this shows you how to go in and change those settings. So that's a protection thing, like to protect you and your data. All right, now is when how are we doing? All right, we're 15 minutes in. We are good. So now we are going to talk about the tools and apps that create opportunities, those plugins that help us run our business and our lives more efficiently. I've got a couple of really good ones for you today. And just to bring you up to speed, if you're not a member of our free online classroom, Nika's going to throw the link up there. It's frontrowclassroom.com. And that is, where every Tuesday members share their favorite tools and apps and plugins. And sometimes they're oldies and but goodies, and sometimes there's something completely fresh off the press. But it's great because people in the front row are all at different stages of their online entrepreneurial journey. So make sure you join and check that out. And you can look in the unit section, and we've got everything beautifully organized by the days of the week. This would be Tuesday. It will say Taco Tuesday, and you can go look at past submissions to check out those tools if you're interested. So can you take that banner down now, Nika? Sorry. Thank you. Okay. So Jerry, also known as Jennifer Gerard, submitted Linktree. So Linktree is really great, and it's linktr.ee. And this basically allows you, do we have a picture of what Linktree does? No, I'm going to go to my Linktree real quick and just show you what it looks like. The good thing about Linktree is that, you know, a lot of social media channels like Instagram only allow you to share one link in your bio. So what Linktree allows you to do is put a bunch of links, and they do it in a really nice way, and they give you analytics. That's what I really like. So you could see who is clicking on which of the buttons on your Linktree. And hold on. Okay. So now let me share my screen with you. Now, there is a way around this. Like, you could create your own. A lot of people will just go into Squarespace or Kajabi or WordPress or whatever it is that they're using. And yeah. And then they'll just, you could do this. If you look over to the right, this is what it looks like on mobile. Okay, so someone clicks on my Linktree link, and then they're going to see all the things that I have published right here, you know, and it looks nice on desktop as well. And so that's very easy to recreate on just a simple landing page. But I've got analytics right up there at the top, and I really like that because that's going to show me who's clicking on what. And it's just so super easy to use, and it's very inexpensive. And you can brand it to your brand colors. I'm not gonna change it up right now, but you could change the font style. So, and it's just really, really, really simple. So let me show you over here where the links are. Okay. So these are all the things that I'm focusing on right now. It's loading. Okay, so look on the right, because some of these are toggled off, right? So we just finished social media week, but if I turn that on, look over to the right, and you can see that button just got added. So I really love the simplicity of this. So thank you, Jerry, for submitting that. And let me get back to our deck. All righty. And our next tool, Moni, who is here with us today, said that her absolute favorite thing right now is the Google Drive extension for Chrome. It automatically captures the page into a PDF, and I can access it easily later on. Thank you so much. And, you know, if you go to the Chrome web store, oh my goodness, that is a deep dive into, you know, a rabbit hole that it can be a lot of fun, just because there are so many amazing plugins out there in the Chrome web store. I mean, Google Drive is definitely a must-have if you're a Google Drive user. The only thing I will say with your plugins is you want to make sure that you are really careful about downloading plugins. I have had some very bad experiences because there are a lot of cool plugins, but what they do is they embed advertisingware and malware into those downloads, and then you get it into your computer, and it's just really, some of those are just a nightmare to get off your computer. Okay, so thank you for that. All right, this one is pretty exciting, and you're going to say, why do I need this if I have Canva? Why do I need this if I have PicMonkey? Oh Lord. So I have never seen this before. Nika, have you seen it before? No, Nika says she's never seen it before either. So this is, I'm just going to go and show you. This was submitted by Ruth Luna, and it's called Pixart. And I was like, oh, it's just another photo another photo editing app, and I don't need that. I got Canva. Nobody needs more than Canva. And that's probably true. However, just look at this. Let's see here. As I switch the pages, can you guys see? And make sure I'm not stuck on the window. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Nika, will you unmic yourself and just tell me that you're seeing the homepage for Pixart? Because I keep having to switch back to the StreamYard window.
Yes, Jen.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. All right. So basically, it is a photo editing tool. And the thing is, Canva is not so much actually photo editing. It's like you're able to create graphics and stuff, but PicMonkey, I would say, is more of, this is closer to PicMonkey than it is to Canva. And so I had a box open. Well, let's just start editing. So you see, you get all these options. So they have great templates. You could do the background remover. You can change the background and make it really cool. They've got a slideshow maker, light effects, like this thing, canvas effects, sketch effects, all these things. And you can make, if we go to products, you look at all this. So there's some of these Canva does have, but some of these look better over here, like add stickers to photos, sticker maker, the background changer, the meme generator, create a meme now. See how it's just so like, you can just see that it's just so user friendly. And then you can just, all the things. You could change the type of font, the color, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I didn't get a lot of time to play with it, but I made a sticker. I did a thing where I got rid of the background. And anyway, it's worth taking a look at. And I did it for free, so I don't know what their paid version is, but you can check that out. Okay, let me stop the share. I gotta get moving here. All right, the next one was submitted by Chris, and this looks really super complicated. So I don't know what the heck this is, but
share your screen, Jen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what this is, but it is super complicated to me. But if you're a musician, then maybe you will like this. But I'm just like, what in the world? Like, it's all I can do to figure out GarageBand. But this is what Chris says. So he says, I just got this. I haven't used it. It's called, first, let me tell you what it's called. Okay, Digital Performer. I just got this. I haven't used it, but it totally made me reinvest in my old digital audio workstation system and relearn Digital Performer. That is software that is like Pro Tools, but it's been around longer and is widely used in film scoring. This plugin allows me to carve out specific frequencies in a mix to let my vocals fit right in with no two sounding together, which causes muddiness. I've been inspired to recreate my podcast theme music using this, and thus making each instrument have its own carved out space in the mix. So then when I put my podcast over it, it will be that much more cool. Like I said, I haven't used this yet, but I bought it and I'm relearning my old stuff. So thank you for that. And that looks really intimidating to me, but if you are a sound person, then there you go. Okay. Y'all, this. Okay. So let me stop my screen right now and go over here because this is my favorite find of the day. Nika, if you haven't seen this, you're going to love this. I'm just going to do entire screen. Okay. So this is yet another transcription software. Okay. So we're always talking about transcription software these days. And I'm trying to get to the home page. happyscribe.co. Okay. Make sure you're seeing me. Okay. All right. Let me get back there. Close LinkedIn. Where was I? Okay. So we're always talking about transcription around here, and it always comes back. Usually our recommendations are Temi, Temi, or rev.com. And what we always say is that Rev is great because a real person does it. You can expect to spend about $1.25 per minute for rev.com. Okay. And then Temi is like a tenth, like it's 15 cents a minute or something like that. But it's done by a computer and it's not as accurate. And sometimes it's downright wonky. Okay. What Happy Scribe is a transcription software and a subtitle generator. So, I mean, I did this just testing this out. I did this in no time flat, and I'm going to show you how cool this is. So, all right. So it let me do this for free. So of course I'm not going to be able to do it again to show you unless I buy it, I guess. So I'm going to go. Okay. I'm going to go to transcription. Okay. Yes. Okay. No. Oh, here we go. So look what you do. Okay. So you can upload a video, or you can grab a link. So because I was in a hurry and I was about to go live with you guys, I was like, well, let me just grab a link. So then what I did was I grabbed this link, okay, and I'll just do it again, from Facebook. I was like, let me just grab one of my videos from Facebook. I'm like, maybe this will work, maybe it won't. So I did that, and then I clicked import. Hopefully it's not going to make me put in my credit card, because I want to take you through the process and just show you how amazing this was. All right, it's uploading it right now. Look how fast it's done. And then I'm going to click transcribe, okay? And it's transcribing up there at the top. You see it says working. Okay, when it was done, I want to show you this in order. I got an email 4 minutes later with the transcription. Okay. And as you can see, you can change the speaker's name, and the other softwares do that as well. But just so you can see, you can put like if you have different speakers, you can put their names on the transcript. So this is a transcript of everything that I'm saying in the video. Now look at this. So up in the top right-hand corner, it says convert to subtitles. And I was thinking, how's this going to work? It's a Facebook video, and I'm going to hit play. Now watch. I don't start talking here for a second. Let me fast forward it.
For years, I wrestled with consistency.
Do you see that?
With my content. It was one thing to find some articles, throw them into a schedule.
Oh my God.
Or whatever, and get things out there.
But here's what's so great is that it's accurate. I went through and I read the thing. It was really, really accurate. So let's see one thing I didn't have time to do was see how much it costs. So let's see. 1 hour for $12. Like, holy cow. That is so, so good. So you just buy the time in chunks and then you use it as you go. So Nika, I think we're going to be switching to this. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm always so panicked was I sharing my screen? Okay. Phew. Okay. let's get back. Now we're going to talk about the books that have been shared. So every Thursday in the front row.
Your
What?
screen was off.
Yeah.
Add back your screen. You were sharing it earlier.
Yeah, no, I'm not sharing it now.
Okay.
I know. Thank you though.
Okay.
Thanks for looking out for me. Okay. So this is when we share our books on Thursdays, because in the front row, people read, right? That's part of what it means to be in the front row. It means we're always learning, and you just can't discount reading is a huge part of that. And I don't care whether you read a book like this or if you go for a walk and listen to a book on using Audible, or one of the tools we learned about on Front Row Friday. Libby is fantastic. Download the Libby app. You can get all your Audible books through your library for free using Libby. You might have to wait for some of them, but that's all right. Okay. Now let's get into it. This was submitted by Rafat Fields, Identity Leadership. To lead others, you must first lead yourself, by Stedman Graham. And poor Stedman, because I'm sure what I'm about to say is what everybody says when they introduce him, and that's Oprah's boyfriend. Forever, the rest of his life, like he's just going to always be known as Oprah's boyfriend. But I do understand he is like a wonderful coach in his own right, and he's a performance guru and all that, and he's really nice. I got to meet him one time when I was in Chicago. He was in the same gym at this hotel, because I was in the gym at the hotel where Oprah lives, same building, and he was going into the gym at the same time, and he held the door open for me, and I recognized him right away, and I was like, oh, thank you. Okay, Aaron Thibodeau recommended I Dare You by Fraser Books. And you know what? I can't see. Hold on one second. I'm a little bit blind right now. 2 seconds. We'll get right back to it. I cannot get. There we go. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your patience. All righty then. All right. We did Stedman. Okay. So this is the ultimate guide to building your network marketing business using social media. So if you're in network marketing, you might love this. It's by Fraser Brooks and contributed by Aaron Thibodeau. Thank you. This one is also contributed by Aaron, and it's Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. And it says that in Get Out of Your Head, Jenny inspires and equips us to transform our emotions, our outlook, and even our circumstances by taking control of our thoughts. Our enemy is determined to get in our heads to make us feel helpless, overwhelmed, and incapable of making a difference. And it looks like it is a religious book. If you are a Christian person, this is a Christian book. This is submitted by Cindy Marr, How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. I am reading this book myself, and it's eye-opening for sure. Let's see here. Empowerment Manual, also submitted by Cindy Marr, and it's written by Starhawk. It's a comprehensive manual for groups seeking to organize with shared power and bottom-up leadership to foster vision, trust, accountability, and responsibility. This desperately needed toolkit provides keys to understanding group dynamics, facilitating communication and collective decision-making, and dealing effectively with difficult people. And then Christopher DJ Green Arrow Deffendorf referred Touching the Jaguar. And he said that he actually helped the author come up with the name. He actually did come up with the name of this book. And he said, I met him in the Amazon rainforest in 1998 before he wrote the New York Times bestseller Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And he is mentoring me for my book. I'm proud of seeing this book because the title is basically mine. He asked for help with titles and he had about 6 ideas. I said, combine this one with that one and he used this as a blurb, etc. And the publisher took my suggestion to the letter. So wow, he's a New York Times best-selling author too. That's pretty cool. Okay, so Kelsey, who is in my accelerator program, recommended Acid for the Children, a memoir by Flea. And she said, I find that memoirs are the best personal business and personal development books. And I would have to agree. I think reading a good memoir, reading about someone else's mistakes and their journey, of course, that's like so valuable to us in our business. And this was submitted by Chantal Cornelius. Why do smart people make such stupid mistakes? By Chris Merrington. And she said, it's great advice on negotiating and winning sales. All right. So that rounds out our show for today. Just a couple of announcements. Front Row VIP is still open right now at the $47 a month rate. So hurry up and come on in. This is where I do 2 deep dive coaching calls into your business. So you submit a question in advance that you're stuck on, something you need help with, feedback on. If I don't know the answer, I find the answer for you, refer you to the right place, whatever. And then we do that twice a month. Okay. So if you didn't do anything else in VIP, you've already gotten mega value, but it just so happens that we also bring in a guest expert, really good guest experts who talk on a myriad of different topics every single month. And then just a huge library of trainings on just about anything and everything you need to know in the online business productivity, personal development, business development space, social media marketing, email marketing, content marketing, everything. It's in there. So what are you waiting for? FrontRowVIP.com. And I think this is over. Nika's going to put a link in the chat, but this was such a good, if only to watch how to do a really good launch. And by the way, that's just my tip for today, is that when you see people doing a big launch like this, big or small, really, if it looks to you like they're doing something interesting, then it's really worth screenshotting, start a folder, call it like the James Wedmore launch, Google Drive folder, Dropbox folder, and just as the emails come out, save the emails into that folder. You can create a folder in your Gmail account where they automatically get filtered into that folder. I do that with 6 or 7 different people when they launch. Their emails come through, they go whoop automatically into that folder. And when it's time for me to launch and I'm like, ooh, I need a cart close, idea, some language, I'll go and look and see what were some of the things that they did for their cart closed email. So that's good. And then also screenshots of their landing pages, any special events that they do. If they have a pop-up group, do that. So anyway, he did an epic series. And the standard, he did sort of a product launch formula launch. Oh my God, I gotta go. I don't know if my appointment is at 10:30 or 10:45, but let me just check real quick. 10:45. Okay, I gotta go. Anyway, it was super good. He did 8 videos, whereas normally people do 3 to 4 videos. He did 8 and they were epic. So I put a link. I don't know if they're still available, but click the link if you're interested. And if it goes to a wait list, you're gonna want to screenshot the wait list. And then today at 2:00, I am going to be presenting in Ron's launch. Ron is my coach and a mentor, and he's just absolutely brilliant. And he invited me to come and give a presentation. Basically, if you're in VIP and you've done Planapalooza, that's what I'm going to be teaching, the Front Row CEO content creation system, complete with some PDFs and stuff like that. So hopefully you can make it. We are in the middle of our Potpourri Expert Summer Webinar Series, where there's a whole range of topics that people are talking about. These are experts from VIP who have been invited to speak in the big community, Front Row, the big free classroom with 6,000 people. And they're talking about all sorts of different things. So here is a lineup of that. If you're in the Front Row group, you can find the replays to the left under the unit section, and it says Potpourri Expert Webinar Series. And that concludes our Front Row Friday show. Here is a list to, we will put this link with all the links that we discussed today in the Facebook group, frontrowclassroom.com. And let me come over to you and just say a proper goodbye so that my doctor does not cancel me out. And let me just see if anybody's saying, hi, Nyota. Who has an AppSumo deal right now? Ooh, Happy Scribe. Okay, thank you. And And Moni says, I used PicArts when it first came out. Amazing to see how it's developed. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta split. I'm out of here. I gotta bounce. Yeah, all that. So have a great weekend. If you're not in the front row, get in the front row. And that's it. See you later.